Omid and Kojo Show.
Alright, so welcome back to the Omid Kojo Show. I'm Omid, this is Kojo, and today we are talking about the one and only Shosei Iwamoto and his goddamn insane sample. What's it called again?
Tricking.
Tricking, yeah. The infamous.
So we watched it together earlier, and I watched it one time before that. So I've not seen it that many times. So
Yeah.
I'm going to slap on... I don't know if there's a time limit for videos on this. I'm going to see if I can slap on the whole thing. Someone said, what do you think of the Quintful? Well, I've got individual clips of key moments in the sampler. So we're going to talk about some of the key moments after I try and like play the thing.
Well, one thing while you're sorting that out, Isaiah said, handsome Shrek and Iranian model discuss small Asian boys' legs. Bro, that's the funniest thing.
Oh, I didn't cut the intro stuff off the full thing.
That's okay. Sometimes
Wait,
that's
did it
okay.
even play sound?
Wait, is it? It's not playing sound to me.
I can hear sound. Wait.
Are you sure it's not in your head?
It might be. It's just the voices in my head here.
They're running riot again.
It's cool though. We get a bit of a build-up like this. Look at him.
Lovely.
So stoic, this boy.
Yeah, you're stoic. The most stoic boy with the crazy.
This is nice though. This is nice
Yeah.
on the lives. When like hype new samplers come out, we can just watch them on the live.
Yeah, we can do like a full review and breakdown. And do you get like can you like scrub through on a longer video, or does it just play?
It just plays. But I've
with the
taken
additional
some
clips, it'll be fine.
I've taken some of the key clips, so not necessarily. I mean, some of the things that I found the most insane and wanted to talk about a bit. So we'll have a look at some afterwards. But yeah, there is audio. I can hear it.
Nah, bro, it's the voices again.
Just be quiet a second. Hold on. There's audio playing on mine.
Is it playing? Am I just tripping? Have I gone
It might
deaf?
just be playing on my phone.
Nah, there's definitely no audio from me. Also, I hope you guys enjoyed my ear. Bloody lovely ear, if you ask me.
I've got audio, so.
Well, that's all that matters then, isn't
Someone
it?
said, do you think this is a game changer? That's actually a good question, you know. Because when you think into it, because at first you think, yeah, but then when you think into it a bit deeper, is it a game changer? Like comparing it to what he's already done. Obviously, it's better. People are saying no audio. Yeah, I can't play the audio. It's a live stream. We're talking. Like it wouldn't just play the song. Also, you can't play songs on Instagram. It's like copyright.
Kojo.
Saying no audio. Do they mean no audio?
I think there's no audio. Wait, is that what you mean?
Oh, can they not hear me?
Can they not hear us? Imagine it's just us just moving our faces.
It might be. They might not be able to hear us. I don't know.
Wait, can you hear us? Let us know.
Yeah, let Scar, let us know if you can hear us. Help out.
Yeah, okay. So I think what they mean is, Kojo. Also, this intro is so long.
It is incredible.
I didn't realise.
Okay.
But,
they can hear us.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
no. Why are you saying no audio then?
Because
can't play
you and I were
audio on the
talking
video.
about whether we could hear the audio, Kojo.
Oh,
That's what happens.
Okay, I remember. I was saying that I could hear the audio. That's what it
We
is.
talked about it for like 3 minutes. And you're just there like, of course there's no fucking audio.
I've been up since 5 a.m. All right. I'm gonna be ranting on this one. I'm in a ranty mood. I've had enough.
Also, while this intro continues,
look, he's going. He's flipping. He's flipping.
He's flipping.
He's flipping.
Oh, that Gain Omega looks so cool.
These transitions.
His swing tech is so insane.
He does it
trampoline. He does it like an actual fucking like full like he blocks off the left leg as if he's doing a full as opposed to a cork.
But don't you
because he
think
doesn't swing as much.
He does it in the way that I would on a trampoline. Like his technique for swings is really similar to like tramp tech.
True.
The way he waits on the leg, how he swings with like a bent leg. It's like he's doing it on a trampoline.
I think it's because of the floor that he's honed into that technique on that floor. Because I've been on not the red floor, but I've been on the blue one, and It's even bouncier than an air trick. Like, I'm not even joking with you. Dude, it's fucked.
That's mental.
Noodle dude, what the fuck's it?
I picked that one. Iranian noodle dude. Grumpy old man Kojo. Like it. All right.
Right, so this whole segment, even though, you see, he's just doing a double full shuriken cutter, like it's
He's just
nada,
warming up. I really like this
nada.
tack front. I think tack front mid combo looks really sick.
I think, especially if you do it like that as well, it's sick as fuck.
Yeah, because you can make tack front look really bad. But
yeah, I think
he made it look sick.
I think because when you do it where it kind of rotates it on like a weird axis, I like that, where it kind of shifts the axis that you're rotating on.
What do you think of the gainer switch vanish GMS? That seems like something that you could do really cool. Oh, and I thought this ring was cool as well.
Yeah, I like this as well.
We can have a look at that in closer detail later.
Yeah, I really like the GMS vanish GMS. But sorry, the gainer switch vanish GMS.
Yeah, it's cool.
But again, I have only watched this once, so this is like first kind of look. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What do you think of wax?
I think generally it doesn't look very good. I think it can look decent.
I think there's very few people that make it look good. I think it should be something that could be explored by more people, and they could make it look mental. But there's not very many people that do it and make it look really, really good.
Yeah.
It definitely has potential, though.
Damn, that combo.
Oh, the GMS front swing. I love GMS front swing.
That's a really rare one. It's so much harder than it looks as well. Because I feel like it shouldn't be that hard, but it is. It's harder than like Rap Full Semi, I think.
I don't know.
Well, I guess you're good at them, but not many
I can do both pretty well.
Yeah.
I think GMS Semi it's a little bit harder to control. I don't get as much power out of GM Semi, whereas with Rap Full Semi I get way more power.
Someone's just pointed something out. I don't know why we've not noticed this, but it's all in slow motion.
Oh, I thought it was just the intro bit.
I was thinking that, but I was like, nah, it's not all. I guess it's just in slow motion now. We're just
that's
okay.
good though.
It's good. It means we can talk about it more.
Yeah,
it's not going by too fast.
Yeah, you can really take it in. Stay nutty, someone says.
Yeah, we keep it nutty.
Yeah, we be nutty. Oh, I love. Stop it, you dirty old man. You grumpy, dirty old man.
Oi, this vid on YouTube is not slow mo.
What do you think of that tucked kind of aerial mega? I really like the aerial mega, the tucked aerial mega.
I'm not into it.
I
don't think it looks as good as like an extended aerial mega.
I like the frisbee element of it. Like it kind of
it looks all right. I think
it depends.
It looks as good.
For me, it depends on the axis that it's done. Like I think if it's straight over the top, it just kind of looks a bit like a bad aerial. But if it's kind of not quite B kick kind of inversion, but somewhere in between the two, I think it can look cool.
Yeah, it's cool. It's just a different, easier move. Is all. Yeah. That's what I'd suggest. All right. It is playing the sound.
Stop talking about the sound. You're the only one that can hear it.
It's playing it for me, all right? Dub trip right there.
Yeah, that's nutty.
Oh, yeah, he's coming at Johan with this combo.
Yeah. This is fuckoed.
Jesus Christ.
Don't know how I feel about that. The whole thing. It's terrifying that this kid's doing this.
Well, think about this combo. He already did like a dub sync shuriken cutter and then comboed into triple full round and then kept going to triple cork. Just the stamina alone is insane when you think about it.
Mad. That as well.
The tack dub swing trip. That's the first tack dub swing trip.
Yeah.
We should point out some of the world's firsts in this so people know.
That right there.
Can Zen do that? I don't know.
Oh no, Zen can do. Sorry, it's this. I don't think anyone's done that.
All right, this is world's first combo. No one's doing that.
That was incredible. The Shuriken cut front swing raise to Shuriken.
Yeah, that's messed up.
His tack falls are looking crazy.
They're looking great.
Yeah.
I like his gainer semi as well. I really like the aesthetic of it.
I like
cool.
his pop switch as well is looking. I think it's because he's got that flex and a back arch. It just looks incredible in my opinion.
Just everything's leveling up. Backside 16 combo to almost quad.
Yeah.
What's that? The dub cork round. See,
dub cork.
The way he does it, it looks like he's doing it on a trampoline.
Yeah.
It's like it doesn't land perfectly. He just kind of jumps into it like he's bouncing off a trampoline. It's really weird.
With the backside.
When you watch Mike or Alexander do really hard stuff, it looks really hard, but it looks like they got loads of power and incredible like technique and ability to carry momentum. But Shosei it looks like he's on a trampoline. I think he's the most tramp looking out of anyone.
I didn't spot that first time round.
What, the scoot trip, was it like late night almost?
Anyway, it's just mega.
Mega.
The double cork, the mega to
nice 6 dubs. Oh, it's quite cool seeing it in slow motion actually. I'm glad it's slow mo.
Yeah, me too. I love the relationship that all these kids have. Well, from what the random like filler bits, because they're all just killing these flips and then just being like so young and sweet and innocent. It's so funny.
All these little boys. All right. Stop what you're doing, Shosei. See, that was just tramp.
Yeah. This as well.
This is where he broke his ankle real quick.
Bro, my hip would have turned to ash.
Yeah,
100%.
I would have went to bed after that and just not got it.
Just never got up again.
That would be it. That'll be it for me. You know?
Ankles made of ash. They call him the Ash Man. What the fuck is that?
Scoot trip mega, vanish
what
side
the fuck is that?
Touchdown raise, switch, double cork snafu. That is mess.
The double cork snafu, although the kick wasn't huge, it was fully rotated. Yeah.
That's rare.
Yeah. The concrete clips as well. There's one of these triple corks. Is it this one? No, there's another one that he does, and it looks like or maybe the double full snafu.
Or when it looks like he's gonna hit the rails.
Nah, he does. I think it might be this. Oh no, this is mental as well. But there's one where it looks like he's gonna snap his legs. I think it's this. Oh, the cross-legged. Oh, that scares me. It did seem way worse in my head, but yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't weigh anything, remember?
Yeah.
So it's like us being on a spring floor. Probably even lighter, you know? It probably feels like no impact for him. Well, a little bit of impact, but...
Those shoes alone must be weighing him down. Keeping him grounded, bless him.
What questions we got?
Alright, get rid of Nathan, man. He just said, fuck you, man. Oh, fuck you.
But to you, I think they're arguing with each other. Oh, he said hello, and then fuck you, man. I don't know. I always have to kick someone out.
Yeah, just kick them.
It's fun kicking people outside.
Alright, we need to talk about this. What the fuck is this?
Nah.
What is that?
Oh, then he broke his ankle again. And this Tack Trip is insane. That's the first ever dub Tack Trip, isn't it? Or did he do B? Has he already done double B Tack Trip? And that.
Oh, I feel like he did.
Stop.
Bloody maniac.
Look at that. Imagine he swung out of that.
He will.
He will.
Bro, look at the trail on that. That's even more than I thought. Jesus Christ.
Oh, man. this boy.
So nuts.
I don't know how that worked.
Yeah, it looked like he didn't jump at all. I don't know
but
how
I guess that's how he's killing the flip.
Mm.
You know, because if you had seen him like whip a tool backwards, then he'd overflip it. So he kind of just blocks off the left leg and just twists.
Yeah, I don't know. He's a medical marvel. That's what he is. He's a bloody medical marvel.
Oh.
That aerial semi looked so strong.
Yeah. So almost quadcore, which is wild. And this trips and Shuriken. Come on.
I just can't even keep up.
Look at him breaking his ankles. He broke him twice in that. You just point out every time he breaks his ankle.
This one, he breaks his ankles as well. He's just. I don't know. His ankles are just made of Play-Doh at this point. Like, I don't know how he's managing it. He's not jumping that high. That doesn't make any sense. How has he got that twist on?
It's a trampoline. You know when you do twists really low on a trampoline, you still land?
Yeah, but bro,
it's just a trampoline. Oh.
Here we go.
Here's the big quinte. Cinco full.
Okay. First of all, have you got that clip?
The Quinn.
Yeah.
You want to go straight to the Quinn?
Well, just because it ended on that.
Yeah. I can go straight to the Quinn.
Let's go straight to the Quinn, man.
No problem, bro.
Right, let's have a look properly.
All right. So it's about half off, but the idea of, I think Tumbling D, I think his Quinn was probably a little bit closer, though I haven't seen it in a while.
That is okay.
Sure.
Look at his.
And it is from Cork, isn't it? So
yeah, but look at one of his feet. One of his feet is halfway rotated, and the other one is the complete opposite direction when he lands. I don't know whether that's because one leg is over rotated, so it is a Quinn, or whether it's under rotated.
It's under rotated, not over rotated. Wait.
No. I mean more than the leg that's facing the other way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So whether it's ended up being 4 or 5, I don't know, but still, one of the most impressive things. And I think, I don't know, it's not, to me, it's not the first Quinn. And
yeah, I wouldn't count it as Cork Quinn, but it's obviously still a huge achievement, and it's
of course,
mental that he's even trying that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I don't know. Also, he hasn't said I have done Cork Quinn or anything like that. And I'm not calling him out. I'm not trying to be negative or anything like that. But the reality is, it's half a rotation off.
I think he probably wouldn't count. I think he probably doesn't count it himself.
Well, yeah, because otherwise he probably would have posted it saying world's first Quinn.
Yeah, I'm sure it still counts as his closest Quinn ever. And it's it's a Quinn. This is the thing, though. It's hard to talk about any of this stuff because everyone's like, well, but it's a Quinn, though. And it's like, yeah, we know.
But it's also not.
The reason why Quint's so hard is because you got to fit in all those twists. And if you don't fit in all the twists...
But it's not the thing, is it?
Then it's not Quinn. But
it's like doing a backflip, but if you land on your head, it's not a backflip at that point.
And you jumped up onto your head.
Yeah, it's a different thing, but it's still incredible. And I really don't think it'll be too long until he lands it.
What, the backflip to your head? It's still an incredible feat. Someone said, I'd say it's an under-rotated Quinn. Not a Quinn, but more than an over-rotated quad. Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, yeah.
Like, you could say that, but you still... If someone asked, has anyone done Cork Quinn? Then I'd say nearly. You know, I don't think we're ready. I don't think it's ready for us to be able to say, like, Cork Quinn has been landed.
And also...
Well, yeah, let us know what you guys think about that one, because I know everyone's going to have an opinion.
Well, it's also just such a big thing. Like, this is like really pushing shit.
Yeah.
And I think it deserves, like, and the thing is, there's no doubt in my mind, before the year is done, he'll be crushing it. There's no doubt.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Because he's been consistently working on it.
Yeah.
Quite a few people are saying 4.75. I'd honestly disagree with that. I did look at the frame by frame earlier. So I'd suggest having a look at that and then seeing what you think. Because when he first touches the ground with his feet, his hips are only a half a twist more. And his chest's about a half a twist more. And then it turns a bit more after he lands.
I haven't looked at the frame by frame yet.
It's hard to tell when you're just watching the video, you know?
I mean, it looks like it's just half, maybe a tiny bit more than half. But
Dylan says, I think, yes, it is landed because he probably already has it. Just is going to put it out tomorrow. I don't know if he'd like not put it in his massive sampler that he spent months preparing for. Yeah. And put a worse clip in. I don't know about that.
Actually, that's a good point. You know, I'd love to know. I'd love to know how long this took. I'd love to know when he started filming. Like, from what point? Because I feel like it's not that long. I feel like it could be like 3 weeks to a month.
Maybe.
And obviously there might be some older clips in there, but I feel like the majority of it is just fucking, yeah.
All right, let's have a look at this one. Now, this doesn't surprise me that much. It's obviously insane, but when I look at people do multiple tack dubs, it's like I can see how you could get really good at it. You know, the same way you can cheat 12 loads in a row?
Yeah.
If you can just add inversion to that.
Well, I mean, when you can twist that fast, it becomes a whole different thing. Once you get that tech, it's like, I feel like it's viewed the same way double cork was before. Until someone starts really hacking that tech and getting the block from the right foot when they initiate the tack, then I think it is just going to get to the point where like other people are going to start being like, oh, okay, yeah, so tack dub is just kind of a thing now.
Well, it's playing the music.
Huh?
Do you not hear that?
No. It's just on your phone, Kojo.
But can you not hear? I can barely hear you because it's so loud.
No, there's no sound, brother.
Oh, you're messing with me.
I'm not messing with. Why would I be messing with you?
Because you're a little critter. Alright, I'm gonna have to turn it down though. Wait, can I? There we go. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I could hear you before.
Nice. Okay. Alright, I turned the audio of the video off.
Alright, sick.
Now, I know you guys can't hear it, but I could hear it, and I could barely hear Omid over the top of it. That's why I thought you'd be able to hear it just through your phone. Yeah, I'm not talking to you people watching.
Kojo, kill. Stop turning on the viewers. Jesus.
No, it's funny. I'm just saying, it's funny because I'm always responding to things that, like, it's like out of sync. It shows the live stream. Like, we get your comments, but when we're responding to it, it's like in the future. I don't know. I did a really bad job of explaining that, but it's not synced up. So that's why I find it funny when I'm arguing with people like not in real time. So they're listening to like they're responding to the last thing I said.
Oh my god, Kojo, just chill. Right, let's talk about this bloody clip.
Stop being nasty, Omid. Telling me
Kojo,
to chill out. I'm trying to have a good time.
I'm trying to stop you from turning on our audience.
I love the audience. I love Dylan. All right, this guy said I look like a 30-year-old man baby. How do you look 30 and like a baby at the same time?
Bro, I wish someone would say I look like a baby. I just look like a 45-year-old dad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least that's consistent. Because lots of dads are 45-year-old. Like, how can you be a baby at 30 at the same time? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
You're the youngest man on earth.
I mean, apparently
he's a baby, and he's a 30-year-old man.
Do you mean I just have a young skin? I don't know.
I think you've got lovely skin.
Thank you, Omid. Thanks for showing support.
Oh my god. Right, okay.
Oh, these tats. Enough of these tats. Huh? You want to see the cork in?
Because yeah.
Yes.
Wait.
Stop.
No.
Stop it, Shosei.
Yeah, Kojo's getting younger, and I'm the tallest man on earth.
You wish you were the tallest man on earth.
I am.
You know,
I identify as the tallest man on earth. It is what it is. Say what you want.
Pack you.
I'm the tallest man on earth. It's difficult for us tall folk. You have no idea. You have no idea what it's like to be the tallest man on earth. And no one else does either.
You're going to start putting in your post saying that you're 6'5".
No, I'm 8'9".
Look at that. Imagine Shosei watching this.
I know.
He might end up seeing it. He'll be like, what is this?
Yeah.
If someone was translating all of it, just so incoherent. Just me ranting at people for no reason.
out of sync.
Yeah, out of sync.
And I'm the tallest shrimp on earth. That's the way it is.
Lord. Oh, Scarlet Tricker's putting you on blast.
Scarlet Tricker, you are the smallest human being on earth. And I said it. You're the smallest person on earth. It is what it is. No one can out me.
The Scarlet Trigger's getting taller every day. Oh,
imagine someone had that condition.
She's having a growth spurt at the moment.
From the day they were born until the day that they died, they just grew like a millimeter.
Well, people do that though, don't they?
Noodle.
Like, there's people who keep growing, and then they die, don't they? Like, you know, people. I swear. All right, this is a long time ago, but I'm sure I've seen a documentary about some lanky ass kid who kept growing, and he had all these health complications.
Oh yeah,
way too tall.
I feel like I've seen that. He outgrew
And they have
his
to do
body
like
or
surgery
something.
on him to stop him.
His
It's a
bones
thing
got
that
too
happens.
big.
People just keep growing. Yeah, that's you. That's you. That is. You just keep on growing.
Tallest man on earth.
One day your liver's gonna give out.
Yeah, because it can't hold the weight. Because I'm holding the weight of the world on my shoulders, being the tallest man.
All right, let's look at this little scoop thing. What is
Oh,
that?
I really like that.
Hold on.
What is
See
it?
again. Oh,
It's like
don't know.
I'd have to watch it frame by frame again and again. I guess it's just like it's like a back sweep in the middle of the scoot. Like it starts in the middle of the scoot, so you just let the hyper leg just kind of graze the ground, so you can continue sweeping.
And then you front sweep.
Yeah,
It seems pretty simple. It's just cool though. You could do a lot with it because you could go into it in different ways as well.
Yeah, you could do it so it ends up being it continually like swipes until you do like the front swing, a front sweep to front swing.
Yeah,
Or
and
is it Viking sweep?
as cool as it looks, there could be way more of a back sweep in that and way more of a front sweep. I'm not sure. I don't know what he's going for, but you could do that with like a extended back sweep leg and an extended front sweep leg.
You know when I used to do that back sweep to like push off my hands to like kind of weird like I might start playing with that actually. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Okay, so what are your thoughts
Cool
then?
move.
Do you think this is game changer?
The sampler.
Yeah.
Also,
wait, before you carry on, can you put you on the screen because I keep getting distracted watching the same clip.
All right, hold on. How do I? Oh, there we go. Okay, I'm back.
Lovely.
So, is it game changer? Ooh. Oh, we got Ilias in the chat.
In the building, in the digital building.
Like, yeah, of course. I don't know. I want to go into more of an analysis, but I know if I say that it's not game changer, then people are going to say, well, obviously it's game changer. And it's like, I get that. It's the hardest tricks ever, no doubt.
Well, just explain your thoughts then. You don't necessarily have to say like it's not game changer because it's not like a definitive thing.
Yeah, true. Okay, so I think it's the hardest tricks ever. I don't know if it necessarily is a game changer really, and that's not because it's not like super good, but that's because he was already so good. Like SHOSEI'S already done dub swing cork in, and he's already done like rap dub punch quad and all of that. So when you think about it, it's obviously insane and it's incredible progression, but I don't know if you can go from like where you are to like truly changing the game in a few months. Maybe if he didn't post for like a year or 2 years, then he'd be able to release something that would be like completely game changer. Like it's different to anything we've seen. Whereas this is higher level, but it's not really different to anything we've seen. It's just like he's just gotten
It's
better.
just way harder, yeah.
So I think
I guess
pushed the game forwards in terms of what's possible with power. But what's the hardest thing you did in it? What would you say is the hardest thing you did in it?
Oh fucking hell! I definitely need to watch it again.
Well, let's think of a couple of them, like aerial raise cork in, but then dub swing cork in is more advanced than that, really. Tack dub, tack trip is a really, really crazy one, but
okay.
I mean, he was trying dubs. He nearly did scoot dub swing quadcore before, so it's like. And someone said Quinn, but he didn't. do Quinn though. He nearly did Quinn,
Yeah.
and he's nearly done Quinn before. Is the thing. It's a bit closer, but having like an extra quarter of a twist, maybe probably less than an extra quarter of a twist. It's not that big of a leap from what he was already doing.
I mean, obviously, it is kind of relative. The trip swing Shuriken.
Trip swing Shurike's pretty crazy,
Yeah.
but also the middle kick. I mean, it's just I wouldn't be surprised by that. He can do trip swing trip.
Yeah.
Is Shuriken that much harder than trip? And for him, probably not.
Control-wise, I can't speak on it because of lack of experience.
We've not done it. But also, at the same time, Shuriken's a move that other people can do. You know? So it's not like... If he did trip swing quad, then yeah, I'd be like, okay, the game has changed. It's a new world now.
Yeah.
But trip swing Shuriken...
It's a new world.
That's not surprising, though. I'd expect him to be able to do that because he can do trip. He can combo out of trip. So that's not... And someone said quad swing is also insane. Yeah, but Johan did quad swing for trip. So that's been done as well. Someone said that's exactly why it's game-changing. You can't even figure out the hardest thing because it's also insane. In nearly every sampler ever, from someone good, you're not going to be able to figure out the hardest thing easily.
Not straight away.
Tricking's so subjective. There's so many different areas. Like, yeah.
But okay, that's a good point though. Leading on to, is it because to me, I think it is game changer in some regards, but also I agree with everything that you're saying. And the reason I think it is game changer is because I think it's the biggest compilation of the hardest tricks ever done. Because, well, like from a particular person, you know what I'm saying? Because in that sense, like if you compare it to like the biggest samplers, because I think it's different when you're just kind of, if you're seeing it as a body of work, as opposed to just seeing it as a trick that's been done or a handful of tricks. This is such an insane amount. Like every single clip is fucked. Even the like warm-up shit at the beginning is still incredible.
Yeah,
and I feel like
it depends how loosely you want to throw around the term. Like, I mean, I'll happily throw the game around. Most of the time, like I'll be like, oh, that's changed the game. That I don't really mean it. But if I'm talking about like on a serious level, has it changed the game of tricking, like affected things in that way? All you can really look at is what did he do in this video that is better than anything he's ever done before? Because those are the only things that count, really. If it's not as good as the best things he's done before, then it's still really hard and still sick, but that's not changing the game if it's like he's already done better things.
I agree. I do agree with everything that you're saying. But there is an element that I've just kind of thought of. Like somebody earlier on said in the comments, being a newer tricker and seeing this as like a body of like tricks, it really inspired them. And I think because there's different elements to changing the game. There's somebody like, I think in my opinion, you've changed the game with doing KTL and doing it to the level that you have. And I'm not trying to stroke your ego. I just genuinely believe because you have done it to such a high level and you were the first to do it, I think it's amazing. So
you could say for the trickers making a living from tricking game, but not the trick level game. But yeah, but it's like that wasn't specified with game change. You know what I mean? So I think in terms of like inspiration for people, because I don't like you're doing it based off of inspiration. That's how you choose what changes the game. Like
as I said at the beginning, I think
there's a big flash kick. Like if you don't know tricking.
As I said at the beginning, I think it's I think there's multiple different angles to view game changing, because when Rasmusot released Source and stuff, that has definitely changed the game. But it wasn't like the hardest thing ever, and it wasn't like, I don't know. I think because it's had such a big impact, I think you could
say exactly why that changed the game though. That was changed the game in terms of sampler production. The amazing shots, the amazing edit, and the variety of the tricks in it. Like you can very clearly explain it with pretty much anything. I could explain how the Guthrie movie sampler changed the game because barely anyone could triple cork, and he swung out of a triple cork. So that really did change the game, and he was spamming triple cork, and no one had done that before.
Yeah, I guess.
So it's got to be something new. Like, and you said with new trickers would be super inspired, and yeah, they would, but they'd be super inspired by the last Shosei video. That was nuts as well. Like,
yeah, no, that's
we
true.
got to talk
No, I
about
feel
what's new, what's the next, what are the next level things that have been done. A lot of new things were done in it, but someone said, what about Dub 6? Like, Johan did that, but even if he hadn't, that wouldn't be that huge of a game changer. I mean, and
I
with
think once it gets to a certain point, when you just add in an extra dub, like, I think if you were to go from like 6 to 10, I think that's a little bit different, because that's, you know, but then it's like the hard, that's the thing, like the harder things get, the bigger the leaps kind of need to be in order for it to change the game. So I do agree with what you're saying.
If he did, like, the thing is, because like there was a range, and it's only been a few months. Maybe if he saved clips for like a year, it'd be very different. But there wasn't an insane range of tricks in it, of hard tricks.
Yeah.
Because that's something about the movie sampler from Mike. He had a load of hard, weird, random things. And there are, I mean, I'm not knocking him. There's still more tricks, more different types of tricks than pretty much anyone in the world. It's like, I'm mainly comparing Shosei to Shosei.
To Shosei, yeah.
Like,
that's kind of, you see, that's the unfortunate thing, though. It's like when you're at the top of the game, obviously there's people to compare you, other people to compare you to, and to be honest, like I don't know, we're discussing how this is going to affect the future and stuff like that. So I don't like. It's incredible. It kind of goes without saying. But like, once you're at that point, once you're the pinnacle, you're competing against yourself. And if you're like, let's say for example, he didn't post on Instagram as well, that would make such a huge difference.
It would.
If he hadn't posted on Instagram, even for this entire month, but even saying that, like you were saying about the dub swing Cork in and stuff like that, like.
You just got to remember how many incredible things he's already done. He's already done scoop double full in. Now, honestly, I think scoop double full in, I don't know if there's anything in that sampler, that any individual clip that you could say is more impressive than a scoop double full in.
Yeah. Again, I feel like, especially because it's so long as well, I definitely need to like really consume it and watch it like a few times and stuff. But I think just off memory, I think that is probably true.
Yeah. Well, all right. So my thinking on it now is not. I don't want to say not game changer, because it's the hardest tricks ever. But I would say the hardest tricks ever. But I don't think it's like it changes much, because he was already doing such hard tricks. So it's he just did more really hard tricks. Maybe if he shifted lanes and did a whole different type of tricking, you know, or invented a load of. If he finally did the double aerial, if he did double aerial or something like that, that would be game changer. That would be showing like, oh shit, someone can actually do double aerial. Yeah. But yeah, all of this, I'm trying to think what shocked me the most from it. The scoop quad swing was really, really impressive.
Yeah, crazy impressive.
Yeah. Something someone commented earlier. What was it? Oh yeah, is Shosei beatable? I think that's a really interesting topic. Mm-hmm. Like in a battle. Go on.
I was just going to say, I think there's a lot of factors to take into consideration there, because in battle setting, it's so difficult, because you like to find the kind of perfect judges is what's going to make that quantifiable. And I think if you do find the best kind of judging, then it'll really show you what, I don't know, it'll allow space for just the trickers to be the trickers, because it's hard with battles, because people make bad calls, and you know there's a lot to take in and all that kind of shit.
Well, the first thing I'd like to say is one of the reasons why Shosei wins so easily, apart from being better than everyone, but why he kind of wins battles easier than anyone else ever has. Like, I think a lot of this is because of everyone knowing what he can do. So what I mean by that is, if you're one of the best trickers in the world and you're up against Shosei, so even if you're like Alexander Anderson level or someone like that, so you're a really, really good tricker, if you're against Shosei and you're going first, you know you've got to do your hardest thing ever. Because if you don't do your hardest thing ever, you know he can just do something harder. You know he's got harder things on lock that he'll just do and he'll win. So you know you've got to go so hard. And so many people feel that when they're against Shosei, they try their hardest thing, they fall, and then Shosei does something chill that they could have actually beaten, and he wins.
But that's just playing the game correctly. I think
Nah, but it's because he's Shosei. It wouldn't work
No,
with
no,
anyone
of course.
else. No one else has that much in the tank.
It's just because he can afford to do that because he all he has to do is step on the floor and everyone's shaking. You know what I mean? Like, because you gotta pull up, and even if you do the hardest things that you can do every single pass and you land every single one and it's textbook, you still might not win. There's still a pretty good chance that you won't win.
Yeah.
And I don't know, that pressure, I can't even imagine. I genuinely can't even imagine.
Well, it depends how much you care. It's not that much pressure if you're like, I'm just going to try and do my good trick combos that I planned on doing anyway. You know?
Yeah.
It's only if you're like really, really trying to win. If it's like win or die, then
yeah, but it's like, but that's, I don't know. That's what a lot of real battle trick. Like people like Alexander.
Yeah, people are like
is really, really into battling. Like he's pissed when he doesn't win, and it's not even necessarily because he thinks he's better than everybody else or whatever. It's just because like he'll expect more of himself, and
yeah.
I don't know. I feel like someone that could. I don't know. I feel like there's a couple of ways that somebody might be able to beat Shosei is where it's like, it's a completely different thing. Where someone's doing crazy, hard, but weird combo structures and interesting transitions and things like that. Where it's not just about kick, backside 12 or 14 here through to quad. I feel like that's probably the angle to take. Or with like Aiden Kennedy.
Well, yeah, Aiden Kennedy did beat Shosei. I think someone commented that earlier because he did. But I heard that Shosei was like pretty ill at that point. I think that was a big part of it. Like that played into it a lot.
But still, there's the execution side of things that
no, I'm not.
Consideration.
I think Aiden will be up there as one of the trickers who could beat Shosei.
Yeah.
Just because Shosei has the hardest moves. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Aiden has the best performed moves. Not all of them, but some of his moves he performs them the best out of anyone. So I'd say being able to perform the world's best tornado kick. Now that should, in my eyes, that's way more valuable than a cheat 12, like an all right cheat 12, because it's the best tornado kick. And that's like just as hard to do. Like you try and do the best tornado kick. It's hard.
I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a response like the response to, I think it was 2016, maybe 17, when Aiden did, I think 17, when Aiden did that tornado mid combo with the hook battles. Yeah. It's crazy. The response from that, because seeing it in person, he just stopped in the air. I don't know how he did it. And it was the most flex, the perfect execution. And he was just chilling. Everyone lost their fucking mind at a tornado. But it's like, imagine the level that it takes of the level of execution it takes to shock an entire gathering by doing a tornado kick. Like that's the kind of execution it's going to take to beat someone like Shosei. Yeah.
No, that's true. Like that's one angle, the execution angle, but Shosei could kind of outgas it. Yeah. I think maybe if it's Aiden on a really good day and he can still like end with some power and he just gets like even better at power stuff.
Yeah.
Like, because Aiden didn't he do Valdez full in? Like, imagine he did some really good kicks and then ended the combo in full in. Like, that would be wild. Something like that. He'd need a big power move. It would need to be something bigger than a triple cork at the end. But then you got to go 3 rounds, or 5 rounds in a final. Like, trying to that's one thing. Beating Shosei in 1 round compared to beating him in like a 5-round final. That's hard.
And also imagine Shosei actually pushing, like, you know what I'm saying?
Like when you think of one of those combos in his sampler was touchdown raise, double cork, swing shuriken cutter, side swipe, touchdown raise, punch triple full round, cheat 9, hook, touchdown raise, triple cork. Imagine he did that in a battle. What do you do? What can anyone do against that?
Just have a sit down.
It's just so much. It's so much. Isn't it?
Enough's enough at that point. You're just like, right, thank you. Not for me. Bye. I don't know. Like it is a crazy. Also okay. We need to just address the fact that it is one of the most insane things that we are discussing. Like, I think that also some light needs to be shone on that because it's fucking nuts the level that we're talking about here, from like a 15-year-old boy, is fucking lunatic.
You think about when we started.
I know.
Well, I remember when I started, then it was like people were just like, there was some triple corks. There was like four or five people had done triple corks around the time that I started tricking.
And now my man's doing punch full snapper at the end of it.
That's not even like the hypest combo of the sample. That's just like a combo.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I'm really excited for oh, also, okay, I know this was about Shosei, but we need to mention Zen's double D leg.
Oh yeah.
Because
that was wild.
That was sick. That was so sick. I was so excited by that. I loved it. I can't wait to see like, I don't know, imagine, I don't even know, like, I'm just imagining like Zen doing like vanish out of it.
What, the double? I want to see it from Cart, because it's the same thing.
Like a full D leg,
if you twist into it, because then you could combo into Cart full D leg, like D leg out. I don't
know if I'm remembering this correctly, but I'm pretty certain I saw him on his story doing it onto the resi, like, you know, the mats. I'm pretty certain I did see him do it.
But I wouldn't be surprised. Like,
I swear,
the same thing. I mean, it would be the same feeling. You'd think it'd be easier because, just getting the power
way more block.
You've got to twist a bit more, but yeah.
I mean, it's like a quarter rotation at that point. I guess that is also the difficult thing, though, because you do have to initiate that twist the same way you would.
It's hard to stay on the
it's hard to like get the axis right and stuff. But fucking
So I think Zen would have the best chance of like beating Shosei.
Yeah.
I think Zen just feels the Shosei effect a lot in battles. It seems like he just.
I think he tries to go too hard.
Shosei, he goes so hard, and then he falls sometimes. So it's like, but as he gets better, maybe by hooked he'll be so solid that he won't fall. He'll do some mad shit.
Well, question then. What do you think? Okay, Shosei versus Ilias at his peak. Shosei now versus Ilias at his peak. I think that's a really, really close one as well. I feel like that'll just come down to the day, because
it depends who's judging as well.
What makes you say that in this instance?
Because I think the result, because Shosei would like have higher difficulty level.
Yeah.
Dylan, you need to look up Ilias because he's amazing. He's one of the best trickers ever. But I think if a judge was more like they cared more about execution as well as the power, then Ilias would have more of a chance, because I think Ilias' execution is better in my opinion. I just like the look of his tricks. Like,
I think Ilias got one of the best looking.
But Shosei would go higher level. Though Ilias at his peak, it is like doing triple full multiple swings to trip.
Yeah,
and like, doing it really nice though as well. Doing it really nice looking.
Doing combos through to double full semi, front swing raise, tons of switches to trip.
Yeah, and the best cheat nine snafu.
I was just about to say that.
It's crazy how no one else's cheat nine snafu is even close. Like there's some good ones, but no one's is even close to Ilias. Like you couldn't even compare it. If we were gonna have a discussion like who has the best cheat nine snafu, I wouldn't bother. I'd just be like, Ilias, let's move on to something else. Because what's the point? Like no one else is anywhere near it.
Mike has done some crazy ones though. They're not close. They're not close to Ilias, but I still think like remove Ilias from the situation is still orgasmic watching Mike do it.
Yeah, for sure.
But Ilias is just like
it's just unbelievably perfect. Like I don't know how it doesn't make
every single element of it as well. Like even the twist down, it's just then the way I think one of my favorite and I know this was meant to be about Shosei, and we've ended up on Ilias, but one of my favorite things about Ilias is how solid he is when he lands. Even if he does a recovery aerial out of something, he still manages to make it look like he owns that trick. He just stomps it and he's a tank, and I think it's so impressive watching him trick.
Oh, I wish I had some Ilias clips to play.
Yeah,
I'll get some for next time. I'll try and prep more clips for next time. Like,
yeah, his round. Well, I don't know. Like we can't predict everyone that we're going to talk about.
That's true.
But yeah, Ilias round kicks are probably my favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
yeah, they're messed up.
Yeah. I don't know. Is there anybody else that would come close?
Well, there's Mike as well.
Oh yeah. How have I not?
Like,
I
obviously.
mentioned Mike?
If Mike had the right combo choice, that's the thing. I think it would all come down to what he chooses to do. I think there are things he could do to come back to like SHOSEI'S. If SHOSEI did like a really hard like combo, loads of power, but then Mike did something that was hard but much more based around like a load of big variations. Like there's a big double full crowd awakener like in the middle of it or something,
Yeah.
and just a load of more technical things, and he's moving really nicely. Then I think he could have it.
Like just thinking about something like, do you remember that front swing based combo that he did at Jam years ago? When it was like all of the front swings, and he was just doing like gainer, front swing raise, swing cork semi, front swing raise, front swing double cork semi, front swing raise through to trip. It's like I feel like if SHOSEI did something more generic on the swing lane, like if he did like a combo through like a more like, let's say cheat 9 hook dub or dub times 4 or whatever, I feel like if he was just doing weirder, more interesting swing based combos like that, it could kind of swing it in the opposite direction. But again, I think it would make a huge difference who started.
Yeah, and just how they carried themselves after it, and if they thought that they won the pass or not. There's so many factors involved.
Yeah. There's just a comment real quick. Someone said, whose nose is bigger, Kojo or Omid's? Now, just going to clear it up. Obviously me, because I'm the tallest man on earth, so everything's proportionate.
Yeah. Mine's wider. Well, not yours is pretty wide. Yours is just, it's so
when
big.
I smile,
it comes out so far that it makes it seem like it's not as wide. It's like an illusion.
Well,
it's like when you look at the Eiffel Tower, you think it's really pointy, but it's actually really wide at the bottom. That's what Omid's nose is.
It's when I smile.
When I
smile, it greets the room.
I love it. I love your nose, Omid.
I hate you with all of my heart. I despise you.
Yeah, same.
And also, can you stop being mean about mine and Kojo's appearance? I almost said mine and Omid's.
Oh, Jesus. What were we saying? What was the saying before the nose talk? We're talking about Guff versus SHOSEI.
Yeah.
If he was tricking really well. So if they were both, let's say they're both capable of doing the best thing they've ever done, like they can just choose any combo they've done in the past and put it against the other person's, then I guess SHOSEI would win, wouldn't he? Because he'd just do something that was so long and was so long and hard.
Fuck's sake, stop laughing. Stop laughing at the emojis, Kojo. I know exactly what you're laughing at.
I wasn't laughing at the emoji. I was laughing because I said long and hard.
Oh.
I'm a level lower than that. I'm a level below laughing at emojis. You got to remember that.
Oh, that's so funny.
Dilk said dub 12-12. And yeah, that was crazy impressive. But when you think about it, that's not... I don't know. It's mad, but he does more mad things. There's many things more crazy than that. Like Johan could just piss out as well. Like other people could piss that out.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on with all these fucking... It hurts my head after a bit, honestly. Like, I have to take a break. I feel like after this, I'm just going to have a lie down for a bit.
Thinking about all of these mental tricks.
Because it really hurts my head, like, trying to compare, like, what's harder and who would win and all this shit. I'm just like, fucking...
Yeah, you can't really.
Like, because there's so much... There's so many... There's so much to the subjective element of it that it's kind of like... I don't know, but it is fun talking about, and I think it is interesting because I think it would be close. I think if they could, like with the Mike versus SHOSEI, if they could pick any of the combos that they've ever done and they could just bang them out, I still think that, like, I think it's anyone's game at that point. I think it just depends on what they choose.
Yeah, I agree. It depends on it would really depend on how they felt on the day. It's like Mike on a really good day is going to beat SHOSEI on a bad or mediocre day. SHOSEI on a really good day is going to beat Mike on a really bad day. That's normally what most battles come down to when we're talking about good like the really high level trickers. It's just who feels better on the day and who has luck on their side.
Yeah. Someone said earlier on Omid versus Shosei, and I don't ever want that to happen, ever. Like, I feel like it would crush me.
Nah, but you could, like, as you're, like, after you finish your pass, and then when he's going, like, after
whatever you were about to say, I hate you.
So after he lands his first pass of the battle, because remember, he's got to do 3 passes to win, then you would, like, run up and slide tackle him. And maybe if you went both feet first at the same time, like right into his shin, then I think you could win. I mean, someone said Kojo versus Shosei. That's what I'd do. I'd run at him.
I'd go 2-foot kick to the chest,
right into the shin, and then he'd be done.
It's got to be the solar plexus. You got to hit him 2-foot kick to the chest and the solar plexus. Imagine watching that. Imagine at Hooked, it's just like the first round of the Hooked battles, and for some reason I'm battling, and it's like Omid versus Shosei. And Shosei does this crazy combo, and I just freak out. Like, just sprint across the floor, 2 feet, boom.
Yeah. You think I should judge at Hooked?
I don't know. Do you?
I was just thinking about that.
I wouldn't want to judge at Hooked.
Well, it's just like I should have done it. I felt bad for not doing it last time.
What happened last time?
Oh, it's the time before. I think it might have been the time before. I think when Shosei beat Johan in the final, but Johan should have won, and I was whinging about it afterwards, even though I refused to judge. I was like, I should have just judged then if I'm going to complain about the result. But I don't know. It would be cool to do it like once, to have judged at Hooked. Just, you know.
I don't know. That kind of stuff stresses me out. Just because if
you just have to be focused.
Well, no, it's just for whatever reason, if it is a really, really close call, it's like half the room is going to hate you and the other half is going to be like, yeah, fair.
No, you just got to be able to explain your judgment. And no one's going to hate you. No one cares that much. It's not that deep.
I don't know.
Well, who's hated?
Bozzy.
But Bozzy's not hated. We all love Bozzy. We just take piss out of him.
No, I know what you're saying. It's just, I don't know. That kind of shit just stresses me out. I don't really like it because it's such intense focus for so long.
It's true. I'd have to be really caffeinated. We've only got a minute and a half left.
Okay.
But one of these things I wanted to answer, Lucas Tricking says, if you could unlock quad cork, how much money would you pay for it? And I wouldn't want to pay to unlock quad cork because what would be like, yeah, I'd have a quad cork. I'd be able to do it. It'd probably end up getting me a load of followers and helping with stuff like that, getting me to gatherings, all of that. But if I didn't earn it, if I just bought it, it wouldn't mean that much. It wouldn't mean anywhere near as much. Like, I love the fact that quad cork, my journey to quad cork is going to probably take maybe like a decade from triple cork. And it's going to involve me healing from my biggest ever injury and me spending years conditioning my body to get back into tricks, me doing it on the trampoline thousands of times, and then training triple cork on the floor thousands of times, and eventually quad corking. And without that story behind it, it wouldn't mean anywhere near as much if I just went to the gym and just did it because I bought it somehow.
Well, 2 things. First thing, I believe you're going to do quad cork. No problem. 100% believe. And also, the other thing is, someone suggested a title for a video, how I beat Shosei in a battle, and then in brackets it said 2-foot mega kick to the chest. You might see that as a video title on my on my YouTube around December time.
All right, peace.
Been real, peace.